Welcome back to Mealtime on Millie. Tonight we're having dinner in Oregon. It's going to be a Thai red curry shrimp over rice. I gotta use up the red curry left in my fridge. I keep most of my recipes on my Pinterest page, so if you want to find them easily, that's where they are. And if not, you can look them up just like I did. So since I only have one cooktop, we got to get the rice going first. And once that's done, we can move on to the rest of it. So when I make rice, I always do the one finger knuckle above the rice of water, and it always turns out perfectly. Since I don't have a sink, I can only rinse my rice once, but you can rinse it more than that at home until the water runs clear. So Mark was real tired after his shift today, and he just wants to take a nap while I cook. So I'll try not to chop his toes off. The ingredients you need for this are the coconut milk and the chicken broth, and of course your shrimp, the red curry paste, and then garlic, ginger, lemongrass, and a little bit of sugar, and the fish sauce. I think that covers it all. And of course, some vegetables. This recipe calls for mushrooms. I don't have mushrooms, so we are going to use what I do have. And these are the last of my vegetables. So after today, mealtime is going to get difficult unless we find a grocery store somewhere. So the last of my vegetables are an onion, a red bell pepper, and some snow peas. Should be good. So today I'm going to tell you about something I did. Yeah, I made a mistake, and I'm going to share it. The reason I'm a little bit hesitant about it is that this world has these things called bullies, and even the trucking world has bullies. These trucker bullies like to target Swift. It's their easy target. So it doesn't matter whether they know you or not, or anything about you, your driving record, or anything else. If you have Swift on the side of your truck, you will be harassed verbally over the CB by very small, childish, cowardly individuals. And for those folks, this story will just be one more weapon for them. But I'm going to rise above that and not let their bullying intimidate me out of not just sharing my experiences. The other night, we stopped to get fuel, and Mark had just gone to bed about an hour earlier. When we stopped, he got out and started pumping the fuel for me as I ran into the restroom. I came back out. I just took over and told him thank you, and he said, and I did not hear, I'm going to run in and grab a pudding. Well, when I got done fueling, done washing the windows, I just jumped in the truck and rolled out just like I normally do. Now, I never, and I mean never, never, never answer the phone if I don't know the number. I just won't. I am so sick of all of the harassing calls and the con calls and, the robot calls. So I don't. I refuse. I will not answer a number I don't recognize, even if it's my company calling. If it doesn't say Swift and tell me and I haven't put their number in, I don't answer it. Well, I'm rolling down the road about 2 miles from where I had just got fuel, and all of a sudden my phone rings. And it was a number I didn't know. I don't answer those, but I had this feeling. Okay, let's start with what a feeling is, because I'm getting tired of people saying I had this feeling. No, I didn't have this feeling. God gave me a prompting. The feeling, as we describe it, was answer this phone. So I broke my rules and did something I never, ever, ever do, and answered the phone. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I can just hang up if it's one of these stupid phone calls. As I answered, I hear, "Where did you park the truck?" in Mark's voice. I immediately realized he was not in the back, sleeping. I'm like, I'll be right back. I'll see you in just a minute. And I hung up the phone. Found the first exit, did a turnaround, and headed back to pick up my husband. I am going to add that I wasn't that far away, and had he called me 3 or 4 times from the same number, I surely would have picked it up even without the prompting. This is the first time in 4 years that we've done this. And yeah, we've worried about it since the very beginning. Don't leave without me. Occasionally I'll wake up in the middle of the day and he'll be doing his 30-minute break. And as I get up, I will see he's nowhere to be found. I'll try to call him, and most times the phone just starts ringing in the truck. So I'll open the curtain and I will put something in the seat so that he knows things have been disturbed and be curious as to what's happened since he last left the truck. Now let's talk about feelings or promptings. You don't have to be a prophet. You don't have to be a saint for the Lord, your Heavenly Father, to communicate with you. It also doesn't have to be a life or death situation for your Heavenly Father to want to reach out. I could say it was an answer to prayers because I often pray for protection and safety out here. But God speaks to everyone if you just listen. Okay, sorry. Listening can be hard, especially in this crazy, busy, noisy world that we live in. So I'm going to share with you a time when I didn't listen to that feeling I had, and I did live to regret it. I was pregnant with my second child, 7 months pregnant, so you know how you feel like a whale. Every part of being attractive has disappeared. My hair had grown out really long, and the trending thing was just this feathered look around your face, and I thought that would help boost up my morale during the last couple months of this pregnancy. So I made an appointment and went in to get my hair done. And I had my hair done by this person a number of times and been perfectly happy. When I sat in the chair this time, I had that feeling. Don't get your hair cut. During the haircut, I could tell that she was very distressed or distracted. Something obviously was going on in her personal life because she kept asking me the same question she had already asked me earlier, like in robot mode. During the haircut, she also turned me away from the mirror, so I wasn't able to watch what was going on. Multiple times during the haircut, I felt like I needed to just say, you know what, this is good, thank you, or I need to go, or make up an excuse to leave. I didn't do that. I did not listen. And when she turned me to the mirror, she had given me one of the most awful mullet you've ever seen. I had bangs super short, hair over my ears were all up, just halfway up my ear, and then all the hair behind my ear was still long, like all the rest of my hair had been when I walked in. This haircut did not help the 7-month pregnant me feel better. Instead, for the next months, before and after the baby was born, anytime I saw the haircut that I had grown my hair out to get, I just broke into tears. Driving down the road, walking through a grocery store, just watching TV. And anyone that's ever been pregnant knows the last thing you need is one more thing to cry about. I did cut off all the rest of my hair and try to bring it up into a short cut that matched the business do in front. And that is the story of how I learned it's really important to listen to those promptings, even if they seem completely silly and you don't understand or can make sense of why you're thinking or feeling what you are. Now I know what you're thinking. Why the heck would Heavenly Father or God care what my hair looks like? Well, He didn't. He cared about how I would feel with what my hair was going to look like. He cares. And if you're a parent, you know how much you care about your child. Try to multiply that a bazillion times, and you probably aren't even remotely close to how much He cares about every single individual here on this planet. As a parent of adult children and being away from them on the road all the time, I don't know what's happening in their lives, if they're good or bad, they need help or not, unless they contact me and let me know. I love hearing the little things, the big things. the good and the bad, and I'm always there, willing to help and do whatever I can. If they just need to know where to go to get something or what I used to do when I did something, I'm happy to share it with them. And when they're in crisis, I'm going to drop everything to be there for them and do whatever I can within my ability to help them through the troubled times. And I'm sure that's true on a magnitude we can't even begin to grasp when it comes to our Heavenly Father and how much He wants to help and be there for you. During COVID, I know everybody struggled and had challenges, and we did as well. I lost my brother. I won't go into all the details of what happened and what led up to it, but at the time I was his medical power of attorney. So I was on the phone regularly with the doctors and nurses discussing his situation and how we were going to handle things, having to make some really big decisions. I, of course, discussed all the big decisions with my other siblings and prayed for help and guidance to know what to do. In the end, he passed away in May. And I just can't even imagine how amazing his reunion in heaven must have been. But the rest of us here were filling a big hole. We were all excited for him, being able to reunite in heaven. And over the next 8 months, I agonized over if I made the right decisions. Then one night as I was listening to YouTube, I just listened to random stories, documentaries, and stuff. I just have a bunch of people I've subscribed to, and it just randomly brings up different things because I can't exactly search while I drive. So randomly, a talk came up about enduring well and how the one thing we need to do with our life and all of the challenges and struggles and obstacles that we encounter is endure them well. You know, not be petty and angry. Come out of them stronger than we were before we went into them. It was a really good talk. But right at the very end, he just mentioned about enduring death well. And that it's okay to let somebody die well. And at that exact moment that he spoke those words, I was overwhelmed. The Spirit spoke to me so loud. It was such power. I had to pull over. I was at the top of the mountains in the Rockies in Colorado when this happened. It was an early morning, probably about 5:30, just as the sun was appearing. I cried and my body shook. And I knew all was well, that I had made the right decisions, and I didn't need to worry about that anymore, torture myself any longer. I know life is a challenge for everybody, everywhere. As a hairdresser and 33 years of doing hair for other people, I have heard so many stories from so many people, so many challenges people have faced. Nobody's immune to growing, and that's what the life is about. It's just a test, period, a chance to become more, to learn and grow. I know the last few years have been insane, and a lot of people are really scared. But I just want to tell you, I believe we all are going to be okay. I think there's a bright bright horizon right ahead. If you're overwhelmed and struggling with something right now, don't be afraid to go to your knees and ask the Lord for help and guidance and comfort. He doesn't ever ignore his phone calls, unlike me. Don't let the fear overwhelm you. Just continue living the best life you can. That's what I'm going to keep doing. And I'm going to keep Millie rolling down this highway as long as I need to. Okay, looks like dinner's coming together really well here. Oh, yep, tastes really good. I'll just turn this off and roll down the road a little bit. When Mark wakes up, we'll stop and eat. Add my shrimp. It's already cooked, so I don't want it to get overcooked. Just warmed up a little bit. I'll just throw this little bit of shrimp water out the window, or I mean down the drain. Oh, yeah. Okay, one and the same. I'll get everything put away so it'll be nice and secure. We don't need curry shrimp all over the floor. About 45 minutes later, Mark woke up and we were just 10 miles away from a rest area, so that worked out perfectly. Dinner time. And check out this rest area. It's beautiful. And yes, some rest areas are not so inviting. Oh look, he's walking his dog. Cute. Just get some plates made up and we can eat a little bit and be back on the road. I only have a little over, I'm going to say a little under 400 miles to go to our next delivery. And that's a whole nother story in itself. I'll save that for another time. Thanks for riding with us, and I'll see you guys all again soon. Bye.